Little Rock Open. We're here at Samstown Hotel and Casino in Tunica, Mississippi, located just about 50 minutes south of Memphis. Again, missing the head pin on lane number 2.
These lanes really appear to be very spotty, a wet-dry type condition on lane 2. If you miss to the left, the ball will just slide. It will never grab the lane. If you miss to the right, it's hooking.
How's she going to convert this, Jan?
She's going to try to get the ball to the left of the head pin. The ball will take out the 1, 2, and 4 pins, and the head pin will shoot over and take out the 10, ideally.
With the amount of conditioner, should she be shooting it from the right or the left side of the lane?
There's quite a bit of conditioner. She might have wanted to try it from the left side because of the sliding and go straight at it.
Nonetheless, she missed it. So
it was a good attempt.
Opened the door slightly for Wendy, as she just now leads by 3 pins.
I'm a believer that a lot of times, especially when you have the head pin involved, it's easier to shoot, though, from where your strike target is because you know what that area of the lane is doing.
Unlike maybe what Wendy did when she completely missed the head pin twice. And carries the light hit. Yes, the swing of the arm.
Laura Moriarty sitting there. One of our professionals out on tour.
Wendy taking an extra second to dry her hand. One earlier in March in McAllen, Texas, in the Texas Border Shootout. Comes up a little high, took both the 4 and the 7. A shot that we've seen Cindy carry a couple times.
It does appear the high hits are carrying better than half pocket or light hits. See if you can get a look at a brace Wendy has on her elbow. She's wearing that for a good reason. She had arm surgery last year, had a bone spur or bone spurs removed, took 3.5 months off, had extensive rehab, and now scar tissue has developed. It's very painful for her. She needs to have another surgery, which would be 4 months off. But right now she's bowling well, and she said she doesn't really know how it's happening.
Well, with that strike there in the 6th frame, Wendy Papanos has taken the lead for the first time in this match. We'll be back with the rest of match number 2 after this. Rest of match number 2. While we were away, Cindy-Coburn-Carroll spared in the 6th and 7th. Wendy Macpherson-Papanos just struck in the 7th. She is now up in the 8th. She can increase her lead to 28 pins with a strike right here. And she does so. Jan, we talked about Wendy's success not only in the arena finals, but also big major events. She was the youngest to win the Triple Crown. She was just 22 years old by the time she had put all 3 majors together. We always see her in the finals at Samstown, one of the biggest prize funds of the year.
She can't really explain it. I mean, she doesn't consciously do that, but I think she just cranks it up a notch, you know, because I said, do you think about before the arenas that it is an arena final? Using this as an example. And she said, yes, I do. You know, I realize it, and I think, boy, I really want to do well. But she wants to do well every week. It has to just be just that much more concentration, that much more desire.
Motivation, yeah. Cindy taking a little extra time up in the 8th. First split we've seen. Well, I shouldn't say that. Wendy did lead the baby split. First big split we've seen. After shooting 230, obviously frustrating for Cindy right now.
The lanes are definitely changing. Lane 2 definitely appears wet dry.
15 national titles, 5 regional titles, 7 WASA titles, which is the Women's All-Star Association in the Northeast. Many credits.
Cindy said she works really hard still at learning equipment, learning drilling patterns. The game has changed so much with equipment that it's hard to keep up, and even the professionals are constantly having to work at learning what type of equipment works the best.
Quick look at the scoreboard. I found that to be true, just trying to get ready for the World Team Challenge. The fact that if you are not constantly competing, you have a lot to learn about all the equipment that's constantly coming out. Cindy trailing by 42 pins. It's obvious that it will be Wendy that will move on. For Cindy-Coburn-Carroll, she'll settle for 4th place.
But a wonderful week for her, setting that record in qualifying. I said, you know, what did it feel like? I mean, they averaged 249 for 16 games.
Not only that, she beat Tish's record by over 200 pins. It's not like here's 10 or 15 pins, you beat a record. 200 pins.
She said, well, I just couldn't believe it was happening.
Wendy continues to strike, and she now advances to take on the number 2 qualifier, Michelle Mullen. That'll be coming up when we come back.